The third and subtlest sign is invalidation. And I made it number 3 specifically for the reason that 3 is the establishment of a pattern. A lot of people think 3 is significant because of just some biblical reason or, some uh, intangible reason, like it's a fairy tale number. It's always, 3 of this, 3 of that. But the real reason is 3 is so important is because it's the number of establishing a pattern. So to give an example, a quick example of that, if I said 1, 2, 1, the only logical assumption that you could give me in response to that is 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, because that's a pattern. Any other number is simply illogical. You know what I'm saying? However, that being said, notice that I said most people would say 3 is you can't have a pattern without 3. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying that 3 is the first pattern. I say it's the establishment of a pattern because we don't know what the next number is, So we're going to say that's the establishment of a pattern. And invalidation is subtle because you don't think about it so much. And it's just something that just kind of rolls out. Because you can invalidate something as simple as, okay, I took 2 shots. I'm about to go to my homeboy house. And my girl is just like, no, please, don't drive. And I'm like, you'll be all right. And I go anyways. Now, she, aside from the fact she doesn't even need to have like a past with that, like, oh, my boyfriend who I thought was going to be together forever with, he died drinking and driving. Like, that's a very serious thing. And that should be more than enough for you to want to not do some shit like that. But aside from that, the simple fact is it's illegal to drink and drive. So she feels like strongly enough about it. That in tandem with the fact that it is in fact illegal should be enough for you to at least, now I'm not even saying not do it, but at least not invalidate her and write it off as simply like, you'll be all right. Basically saying whatever the fuck you dealing with, you deal with it on your own because it's not important to me. It doesn't bother me. Therefore, fuck how you feel. So following with flag 1 and flag 2, we have the car scenario. Oh, she get to use my car, but you don't. You don't get to use my car. And as opposed to me giving you a coherent explanation, I'm going to invalidate you and call you insecure. I'm going to invalidate you and not give you a decent reason behind why she can use my car, but you cannot. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel the need to make you comfortable with the fact that she can use the car, but you can't. It's bad enough that she can use the car, but you can't. But I'm not even going to go through the motions of making you understand why that is. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you my half-ass reason, and damn it, you're going to have to figure out the other shit that goes along with it to make you feel comfortable. That's not a relationship. A real relationship, we're in this together. If something is bothering you, damn it, it's bothering me too then. And we need to go ahead and figure that out. That doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, we talk about absolutely nothing else for a month straight until that shit is sorted out. But it means that when you feel the need to bring that up, we address that then. We gonna address it. To give a perfect example of validating someone the correct way, you know what I'm saying? I was with this young lady and we ended up breaking up. And in the following years, we ended up becoming friends. We never fucked ever again. We never, you know what I'm saying? It was a strictly platonic. We didn't do nothing. And we would go out and we would talk and, stuff like that. And I ended up getting into another relationship a couple years later with who would at that time be my current girlfriend. And she had an issue with our relationship. That's why it's so important to talk to your spouse and really get to know them before even anything sexual. It's very important to get to know who you're dealing with. Unless you just wanted to fuck, then just fuck. You know what I'm saying? But when you decide to be in a relationship, it should be off the strength of the fact that y'all have talked to one another and you've determined, after you've talked about your past and talked about your plans for the future and stuff, that y'all want to be together. Because she told me that her ex-boyfriend before me had cheated on her. Now, equipped with that knowledge, I understand why you don't want me to have a relationship with my ex. Because that's obviously breeding grounds for cheating. You know what I'm saying? And I understand it. But also understanding me, I know I'm not about to cheat. You know what I'm saying? And if I've done my job well, you know I'm not about to cheat. But that's the whole thing with insecurity. You can know, but it don't matter because you're insecure. It's something that's in you that you need to deal with from your past more than likely. So as opposed to me invalidating that because I know I'm not doing anything and going, oh, well, just fucking deal with it. Do your best. I'm not going to keep talking about it. Just deal with it and putting that bag on you like we're not together in this. Like it's not, like your problem isn't my problem. Like you're a whole separate entity. That's not what a relationship is. We in this together, so we're going to deal with it together. So what I did was I brought all communication and interaction with my ex to a minimum, to the barest minimum. Now, what I'm not going to do is be a terrible friend on behalf of you and your insecurity. That's not what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to cut my friends off on behalf of that. But what I am going to do is take every step and measure that I can to make sure you feel secure in our relationship and our love. That's what I'm going to do for you. And that's how you validate someone. You go through the motions with them. So if someone is not willing to go through the motions with you, to at least make you comfortable in their decision making, that's the bare minimum they can do. If they're not going to do it and they're not going to change, you're probably not going to make it in the relationship. But more importantly, if they keep invalidating you, that's a red flag. They get 3 times to do it. 1, 2, 3. On that 4th time, that is the establishment of a pattern. And that's the end of that.